We came from all over the country.
Alabama,
Arizona,
California,
Connecticut,
Georgia,
Hawaii,
Iowa,
Illinois,
Louisiana, Massachusetts,
Michigan,
Missouri, Mississippi,
New Jersey,
South
Pennsylvania,
Carolina,
South Dakota,
Texas,
Virginia, and Wyoming. We came with some common goals: to present our research projects, to meet fellow junior scientists sharing the same passions, to explore the grounds of JSC, and to discover the immense opportunities that awaited us. The endless hours spent slaving over our projects after school, the preparation, the anticipation, the nervousness, it all came together at the 2009 NASA Explorer School Student Symposium at the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. Upon arrival at the Hilton Hotel at Clear Lake, we were greeted by the NES and NSTA staff and received personalized swag bags. The front lobby was bursting with excitement and nervous energy. We were thrilled to be on an overnight and out-of-state field trip. Yet, we were nervous too.
Many of us experienced lots of firsts on this trip. Our first time in an airplane, our first time out of our home state or town, our first time staying at a hotel, our first time meeting and interacting with people from other regions of the country.
That evening, meeting in the hotel ballroom for dinner, we heard from the teacher astronaut Dottie McCaff-Lindenberger, who was scheduled to fly aboard the space shuttle in March 2010. As our keynote speaker, she traced her path from middle school to where she is today, in the astronaut training program. She encouraged us to take advantage of our opportunities while in school, and inspired us to seek out new experiences to discover our passions. We woke up the next morning excited to tour the Johnson Space Center, or JSC, the actual site for astronauts training. While our group toured JSC, our peers presented their research to NASA employees. Thoughts of having to present to NASA employees and eloquently answer their complex questions filled their stomachs with butterflies.
Our first tour stop was the Sonny Carter Training Facility, or our Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory, the largest swimming pool on Earth. The pool holds 6.2 million gallons and is the site where astronauts train for spacewalks and engineers test equipment and spacesuits. While there, we saw 2 fully suited astronauts practicing maneuvers and procedures underwater, a condition that stimulates the weightlessness of space.
Our next stop was the Space Vehicle Mock-Up Facility. There, we stood in front of full-size mock-ups of the International Space Station and Space Shuttle and realized how small we were in comparison to these marvels of engineering. We were fascinated by the dedication and work involved in building and operating such hardware. To think someday my peers and I may be the men and women working here. Better yet, the thought of us being the astronauts, scientists, and engineers tinkering with the real stuff in space left us giddy.
Next up was Mission Control, the site of communication between ground and space. Mission Control is actually bigger than it looks on television and involves many people, both inside and outside of the control room. As the presenter described the roles of each seat in the room, we couldn't help but notice and be in awe of the level of expertise in the room. Indeed, it takes a whole bunch of people working together to ensure a successful space mission.
Our final stop before the lunch was the rocket park, where we got a glimpse of the recently restored 363-foot Saturn V rocket that once carried astronauts to the moon.
After a lunch of sandwiches and sharing of stories, we headed to our respective rooms to do a final run-through of our presentation before the real performance. The one with all the scary-looking big people who would be staring intensely at us, asking us challenging questions. Questions we feared that we might not answer as clearly or confidently as we felt we should.
After the tour and our presentations, we returned to the hotel for a mandatory resting period. Some of us collapsed on our beds for an hour before dinner. Our meal was followed by a trip to Space Center Houston, where we walked the solar system and watched To Be an Astronaut.
We returned to the Space Center Houston the following morning for a day of hands-on fun. We worked collaboratively with students from around the country to build and launch two-stage balloon rockets to send the alien to the alien party.
The activity tested our problem-solving skills and our ability to work together in a team to accomplish a mission.
I had a blast working with my new friends.
That afternoon, we participated in 2 special presentations. Amy Ross, an aerospace engineer, gave us the inside scoop on spacesuits. Then, 11 NASA employees told us about their careers with NASA at Johnson Space Center. We learned that NASA offers all kinds of careers. From food science to photography, from engineering to writing, NASA has it all. If you can dream it, you can do it at NASA.
That evening, at the recognition ceremony, Mr. Jim Stoffen from NASA headquarters surprised us with a quiz on our knowledge of NASA and NASA careers. Yikes! Some of our new friends answered the questions with such ease while the rest of us were struggling to come up with something to say. Mr. Stoffen also awarded medals for our successful participation at the 2009 NASA Explorer School Student Symposium. We had thought of the trip to JSC as the reward and celebration itself of our hard work, so we were pleasantly surprised when we were formally recognized in front of everyone.
The real fun began after the award ceremony when we played a game of Space Bingo in which Miss Batteroni coined Blast Off using astronaut game pieces. The desire to win Blast Off amplified the positive energy in the ballroom. The event ended with an out-of-this-world ice cream social where we talked, laughed, and celebrated yet another successful NASA Explorer Schools event. Our party continued at the hotel pool as we swam, laughed, and played Marco Polo while mosquitoes attacked our teachers as they supervised us. Marco.
Polo.
Marco.
Polo.
Found you.
No. Our experience in Houston will be with us for the rest of our lives. We came to Student Symposium to present our research projects and to get away from school.
However, when we got there, we were excited. We were away from home for the first time. We met new people with similar interests. We got to see the Johnson Space Center and the magnificent Saturn V.
We built an awesome 2-stage balloon rocket that got the alien to the alien party. We had a blast. We are so grateful to the NASA Explorer Schools for this opportunity.